You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Greetings and hello to everybody out there in the interwebs of the world. This is An Evening at the Movies, the movie-based podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, we drink the watered-down sodas, and we talk about some movies and why or why not we love or hate them. I know I kind of sort of remix the intro a little bit, but um, I feel justified in doing so this week. Probably this week only, and we'll go back to the old intro next week. But we'll get into next week and going forward later in the episode. But I'm very happy to be here. I am your esteemed, one of your esteemed hosts, otherwise known for the week as Team Eddie. If you know, you know. If not, you will know here shortly. So, we are, as always, joined by the amazing co-hostess with the mostest, who is fresh off of getting sharp objects stuck in her neck this morning
Yeah.
because evidently the weather will not stop that from happening 2 days in a row.
Yeah. The weather can only stop at one time. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hey, what's up,
So,
y'all? I'm here, ready to talk about some Twilight. Hopefully, I can get my notes situated here because I got notes. I got stacks on stacks on stacks, like that Pringles commercial says.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time in a while I've actually got like 3 pages of notes. Part of that is due, in fact, to the possibility that we're
Effort.
discussing 2 movies today.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. I wrote notes for both, but we really only committed to part two. But I think there are certain aspects of part one that have to be addressed going into part two. So,
I mean, we made the agreement last week, I believe it was, or the week before, that you can't discuss the movie that we're going to discuss without basically having some kind of discussion on the other part. So
right.
we may as well just rip the band-aid off and do part one and part two. So
Yeah. We can speed through part one. We can just do the bullet points, but
we can speed
yeah,
through both freaking parts for all I care.
you
Just
got to
saying.
talk about both of them.
So, uh-oh. Our babysitter has said that it was last week that we discussed it.
It was discussed. In Casey did fully commit to it. I was trying to not throw you under the bus.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. Sorry. You guys, I'm in a mood today, so I apologize. Are we live on Facebook or just the other places? Do I need to
according
share?
to this, we are live on the Facebook, we are live on the YouTube, and we are live on the Elon site.
Well, I need to go share it, but right now I'm just trying to see my notes. Okay.
Well, while everybody's favorite co-hostess with the mostest figures all of that out, and Brandy chimes in with the "I see you on YouTube."
Yeah, well, I think the only place comments come from now is YouTube. The Facebook comments I've noticed they haven't showed up. Twitter,
Yeah.
X, whatever, we knew those didn't show up. So I think you have to be you have to have a YouTube account, which does not, I mean, you just create an account and then you can chat live with us. But the Facebook comments, I'm pretty sure don't come through.
I think if you
Did he?
don't have a YouTube account, it'll show up as unknown or whatever on the thing. But yeah, it is what it is, and I got some kind of comments coming up on the screen. So, while, like I said, while Amanda gets herself situated and locked in for the evening, um, for those of you who don't know, we are paying tribute to the Razzies this month. Um, for those of you who don't know, the Razzies are the yearly awards given out to the worst in cinema. Um,
Yes.
I don't necessarily always agree with what is considered to be the worst. Um, I may or may not agree with this one. We'll see when by the time we get done with the episode. But for
Oh,
those
well,
of you
I
who do,
have it all ready to go.
okay. So we are here this week again to discuss a movie who I don't remember the year, but I believe it is the only one of the four movies we were scheduled
2012.
for. Well, I know it came. Oh, well, that would make it.
Oh,
It
sorry.
was released in 2012, so it actually won the Razzie for Worst Picture in 2013.
Yeah, but the awards were after the.
Yeah, justified or not, that's not for us to decide, but I will give my opinion. But we're going to discuss breaking the rules of an evening at the movies because I always have said for the last almost 5 years that these movies would not be on
Yes.
an evening at the movies, not ever, not while I'm living, not even when I'm dead. But Brandy has requested over and over and over again repeatedly. So we will talk Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Breaking Dawn Part Dose. For those of you who are not bilingual, Dose is 2, so Breaking Dawn Part 2. We're not judging though. So,
All right.
yay. All right, I have some background information on both movies. I feel I threw the way I threw my notes together. We're just gonna cram everything together like a melting pot and go from there because at the end of the day, it's all one story anyway. So it may as well just
Right.
be one one
So it's from one book.
discussion.
So
Yeah. So all right, Breaking Dawn Part 1 released on November 18th, 2011. Breaking Dawn Part 2 released almost a year later on November 12th, 2012.
I can't stop. Can't stop. All right.
It
Sorry. All right.
had it was directed by both movies were directed by Bill Condon. It was released by Summit Entertainment. Breaking Dawn Part 1 had a $127 million budget. Breaking Dawn Part 2 had a $136 million budget. Breaking Dawn Part 1 made $732 million at the box office.
I was part of
Breaking,
that.
I'm ashamed to say I was a part of that one as well. I was not, though, a
I
part
am
of the
not
second
ashamed.
one. I am. I can proudly say I had nothing to do with the box office number for Breaking Dawn Part 2, though.
Oh, I did. And what the kids today don't understand is that in that time, you had to buy your movie ticket. You could buy them in advance, but you had to get in line to get a seat. You could not get your assigned seats like you can now. So you could buy the
Yeah.
tickets online ahead of time. We were there 3 hours early because we didn't want to sit in the front row. And it was good that we did because we would have been sitting front row if we had showed up like 45 minutes or 30 minutes ahead of time. Kids will never know the
It
struggle of waiting hours to get a good seat in the movie theater.
honestly makes no sense to me because, uh, okay, well, we'll get into the ticket thing here in a second. So I, I know people are hanging on my every word that, and Brandy also said she contributed to both numbers as well, numerous times.
Oh, I only saw them in the theater once, but It was so fun, and when we get to part 2, I'll tell you about the experience in the theater that was amazing. But yeah, my bestie and I sat there on the floor for 3 hours waiting for them to let us in so we could get a decent seat and watch this epic conclusion. Sorry.
So yeah, the box office number for Breaking Dawn Part 2 was $868 million. Of which
Nice.
probably 712 million of that was Amanda.
It was not. I only went once.
If you have not seen the Breaking Dawn 1 and 2, it is currently available to stream on the HBO Netflix Max, which is
It's
what
not
I'm thinking.
Netflix yet. Stop calling it that.
I will not. I'm getting ready because it's happening.
I still call X Twitter, so they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I physically have to stop myself every time that I post on any of the social medias about where to find the links and where to find us for the episodes, because I always start typing in Twitter/X
Fuck me, motherfucker.
just
Sorry.
because I was never gonna just straight up call it X because it'll always be Twitter to me. But
Well, and every time I say X, I immediately want to follow up with "gonna give it to you."
yeah,
X gonna give it to you. So that gets stuck in my head every time I hear X.
all right.
Okay.
So I have not one, not two, not even three, but I have four Rotten Tomato scores.
And amazingly
Now,
enough, I have not seen them.
thank God. I mean, because it's going to lead to part of the discussion on the movie as well. But
Critics hated these movies. I'm not surprised, and I have zero fucks to give about it.
Very much so.
I don't care what
that
movie snobs think about a fantasy vampire werewolf movie adapted from books. Like, of course, you're not going to like that shit. They probably
yeah.
like Lord of the Rings, but I bet that's when it comes to like fantasy adaptations and like, you know, crazy implausible stuff that could never happen, like a vampire getting a human pregnant. We'll get there. Critics never like this shit, so I don't care.
True. All right.
All
So,
right.
Breaking Dawn Part 1. Would you like to guess the two scores?
Yes. Let's go. See, I think the people liked this movie for the most part, but I could be wrong. Let's go popcorn meter. I'm gonna go 62%. Tomato meter, I'm gonna go 32%.
I'm just about covered the spread.
Oh, okay.
On 210 critic reviews on the tomato meter, Breaking Dawn Part 1 got a 26%.
Ooh, yikes. All right.
Yeah. On 100,000 plus reviews on the popcorn meter, Breaking Dawn Part 1 got a 60%.
Okay. All right.
So,
All
I have the
right.
Breaking Dawn 2 numbers.
So I need to go
You
lower
ready?
on these,
Ready for a
apparently.
guess?
Okay. Popcorn meter. I'm going to stay in the 60s. I'm going to go 62%. Tomato meter. Let's go 23%.
On 250,000 plus reviews, Breaking Dawn Part 2 got a 70%.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So the fans think it's the better of the two Dawn movies.
I think it is.
Um, well, I mean, on 198 critic reviews, the critics gave this movie a 49%.
What? Okay, the critics liked it better too. Well, I went the wrong way. What do you know?
Yeah. So,
Okay,
um,
that's cool.
Would you like to let our esteemed listeners know what this movie is about while I let the dog out of the room, please?
Well, yes, but I'd like to go over. Well, I'll do that, and then I'll go over the awards when you get back.
Okay.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Okay, I'm ready. All right. So, Breaking Dawn, Part 1 follows Bella and Edward's wedding and honeymoon, which leads to Bella's shocking pregnancy, you think, with a half vampire, half human child that grows rapidly, threatening her life and causing conflict with Jacob's wolf pack, culminating in a brutal childbirth where Edward turns Bella into a vampire to save her, and Jacob imprints on their daughter. This isn't a summary. What are we doing here? I wanted a summary. Then madness ensues. The Volturi hears about it and mistakenly thinks they've created an immortal child. So the whole Volturi and everybody around them shows up to kill Bella and Edward and all the Cullens and the child. And they, of course, want to steal Alice. So that's basically your synopsis of that. Oh, wait, that's only the... I'm so stupid because I just did the second one. Part 1 ends with Bella becoming a new vampire. Part 2, Bella is a new vampire adjusting to her powers while protecting her rapidly growing half-vampire daughter, Renesmee, from the Volturi, who mistakenly believe she's an immortal child, a forbidden vampire turned as a toddler and must be destroyed. The Cullens gather vampire allies from around the world to stand with them as witnesses to Renesmee's true nature, leading to a massive, brutal confrontation with the Volturi that ends with a shocking cinematic twist, revealing the entire battle was a vision, concluding with peace and the Cullens' future secured. But for how long? We'll find, well, actually, I don't know if we'll find out. I don't think Stephanie Meyer's written anything else other than the disgusting books from Edward's point of view, which, oh my God, please don't read those. Just don't.
Please don't read the first 4. Oops,
No,
did I say that out loud?
no. Come on now. If you are a fan of fantasy fiction and you're a fan of the whole vampires, werewolves, like there is a whole subset of readers that are into that stuff. And I'm not even into that stuff. Like you can ask anybody who knows what kind of books I read. I don't read fantasy. But I read the Twilight books, and while I found Bella exhaustingly annoying, even worse in the movies, the books are really, really good. Like they paint a good picture. You get really immersed in the story, and I'm not mad at it. So there. Brandy says she agrees with part 2 being better than part 1. Oh, I mean, it is because you get a lot more action. You don't really get any, you get very little action in part 1. And I think that's part of what people like.
Compared to what Stephanie Meyer wrote in book number 4, that ending is a lot more action-packed than what is literally transcribed on the page.
Okay, so I guess tell me this, especially if anybody watching has read the Game of Thrones books. In my opinion, and I don't read these you've read them? I mean, an epic battle with like 100 people seems pretty hard to write and get it to be like what we got in the movie. Not to mention, I think viewers, especially viewers who haven't read the books, really wanted to see Arrow get the shit kicked out of him. Like, so I don't know. I think for a movie, a series like this, you've got to have that climactic finale. And if they had just ended it like the book ends, people would have been so disappointed. I mean, so here, I will tell you. So we're watching part 2 in the theater. We've read the books. When you see Arrow rip off Carlisle's head, I kid you not, the entire theater started screaming because that doesn't happen in the book. Carlisle didn't die in the book. And we're like, what the fuck is happening?
Nobody dies in the book.
What did they do? Huh?
Nobody dies in the book.
So, but I think that is the visceral reaction the filmmakers were going for because the book doesn't give you that when it comes to this. Any
And
series like this, you've got to have an epic battle. Like you just have to.
so, while we're on this topic, and I'm sure somebody who's watching out in the YouTube land will comment and back me up on this because, one, like I've said from day one, this episode, my preparations was my first time watching part two.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Then why were
So,
you so shitty about it before if you'd never seen
because
it?
it's fucking Twilight.
Man, don't be a dick. Come on.
It's Twilight.
You gotta
Um,
form your opinions after you watch the movie. We are here to educate the masses, so we have to have watched the
yes.
topic before we can shit on it.
I've seen four out of. I had seen 4 out of the 5. That's enough for
That
me.
so 5 could have been like the best movie ever made, and you would know it because you didn't watch it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. I apologize.
5 is not the best of the 5
Just
movies in the
let it
franchise.
go. Finish your thought. I interrupted you.
Yes. In the words of Elsa, let it go. Um, but where the hell was I? So yeah, I finished
Your first time
watching.
watching. Okay.
I finished watching part 2 in between work shifts today, scissoring. And I just about had a freaking conniption fit when um, Carlisle and
Arrow?
no,
No. Jacob? Sam?
no,
Charlie?
Alice's
Ella?
booty call.
Jasper?
Yes, that one.
Not a booty call. They've
Got,
been together for like 100 years.
well, I mean that's a vampire booty call.
Okay.
So, but yeah, when they both got their heads ripped off, I was like, oh hell no. And
But didn't
then
Carlisle throw you? Because that was the first one,
yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah.
I again, Brandy, get ready to back me up on this. My exact words were that if they end up killing off the only other vampire in this movie that I can stomach, I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have a freaking cow.
Wait, you love Mike Dexter? Mike Dexter is a god. It's the only thing I can think of when I see him is Can't Hardly Wait. Mike Dexter is an asshole. But yeah,
No,
I think that's the
but yeah,
reaction they were going for. And even before the movie came out, my, couple of friends that we were like obsessed with it were like, "Oh, do you think they're going to show a battle? Are they going to give us something? Because otherwise, in the book, it's different because I don't think you needed it in the book. It might have been cool, but I think it was a little bit of a letdown. But in the movie, you absolutely could not let down an audience like that. They'd be pissed. So they were going for that visceral
I
reaction where everybody in the theater starts screaming their fucking heads off when Carlisle gets decapitated.
I think there's ways of working around that final battle in the book where yeah, and
Well, so
you
that's
can
that's why I was asking about Game of Thrones. Like, how were the battle scenes written with like? Did it focus on just singular battles, or were they able to write a huge epic battle and make it where you could visualize it?
I part of what helps with Game of Thrones is the fact that I saw the TV show before I read the books.
Okay, that does change it a bit. That's true.
So like the yeah,
I think in
the
writing, it's very hard to portray a million things happening at the same time when it's a
yeah.
fight scene. So, and I could be wrong. I don't read a lot of books where there's like epic fighting battles. The fictional, like historical fiction I read, like focuses on wars a little bit, not like that. So, you know, I could just be wrong, and if anybody's watching and wants to tell me I'm wrong, I'll believe you.
No, I don't necessarily think you're wrong per se, because certain writers have a gift for doing. I take it you can hear Griffey.
Mm-hmm.
Certain authors have a gift for um, being able to put words together and create the artistic vision that is a literary epic battle.
Right, because
So
again, it's hard to write more than one fight scene at one time. When it's a
yeah,
one-on-one fight scene, it's really easy to follow that in a book. But when it's,
yeah,
you're seeing Jasper get over here, and over here, Leah's getting kicked by someone, and over here, Esme is fighting off someone. Like it's all happening at the same time, and I just don't think you could write that.
yeah. Um, I mean, George R. R. Martin is horrible at it, just like Tolkien isn't horrible about it when he wrote Lord of the Rings either. But yeah, it's not an easy task by any
And
stretch
the
of
and
the
the viewers
imagination.
wanted it. I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I think viewers really needed to see that epic standoff. Otherwise, it would have just felt like blah.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and even like J.K. Rowling did it in Deathly Hollows with the battle at Hogwarts too.
yeah.
So
All right. Well, we got that part covered. Okay. So for the awards, I am not going to list everything because there's actually a lot. But the Razzies are the most. But okay. So part one, before we get to the Razzies, and again, I didn't list who won, whatever, but was nominated for the Science Fiction Academy, whatever awards, and I think it
yeah,
was Best Makeup. Um, Critics' Choice, Kids' Choice, MTV Movie Awards, People's Choice, and Teen Choice. So 5 semi, decent
well,
awards, whatever.
I mean, those awards that you just listed are basically what these movies are more geared towards anyway.
Well, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, the Twilight movies killed it at the Teen Choice Awards every year they had a movie, like just like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Um,
like Teen Choice, MTV Movie Awards.
and yeah, sometimes People's Choice and Critics' Choice. And then the Razzie nominations, I didn't list the winners for part one, but Razzie noms were for Worst Actor, Taylor Lautner, Director, Worst Picture, Worst Ensemble, and then Worst Couple. And they gave this to, I don't understand why, but Taylor, Kristen, and Robert were nominated, which I don't get because that whole love story was over by Breaking Dawn part one, but whatever.
And Brandy chimed in with, yes, he did have a conniption fit. It was hard to not give the ending away.
Yeah, I was pissed. I mean, again, in the theater, I was just beside myself. I was like, they did not just kill Carlisle. Like, you can't do that. Okay.
Well,
Breaking Dawn Part
spoiler
2.
alert, they didn't.
Again, nominated for Critics' Choice, the Science Fiction Awards, Kids' Choice, MTV Awards, People's Choice, and Teen Choice. Breaking Dawn Part 2 received the most nominations in 2013 with 11. So it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Worst Actress, Kristen Stewart, Worst Actor, Robert Pattinson, Supporting Actress, Ashley Greene, Supporting Actor, Taylor Lautner, Ensemble, Screenplay, Worst Sequel, and Worst Couple for Kristen and Robert. It won Worst Actress, Kristen Stewart. That's on board. Worst Director, Worst Picture, Worst Sequel, Worst Couple, Worst Ensemble, and Supporting Actor for Taylor Lautner. So they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 11 Razzies.
7-Eleven.
Congratulations! So, all right.
Okay. So I feel
What are we going to run
I don't
through?
want to
Part
start
one.
I don't want to start the discussion off on a sour note because technically this part does happen in one. But okay, no, I do know where we need to start off with because this actually is at the beginning of part one.
Okay.
Peanut butter in the
That's at the
frigitator.
beginning, but yeah, I have that on my list. Who in the fuckity fuck of all fucks keeps peanut butter in the refrigerator? To be fair, I think it's probably the Brazilian housekeepers, but yeah, and I even posed this in our group. Does anybody refrigerate peanut butter? And to, I think it was Josh or CJ, I think it was Josh, how are you going to spread it if it's cold? That's what she
That
said.
was Kendra.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. So yeah. Okay, but real quick, we got to go back to my first qualm with this movie. Who in God's name thought it was a good idea to put Bella in stilettos? That'd be putting me in stilettos. Are you insane? She's a
Yeah.
walking accident.
Well, I mean, they basically give you that bit of information in like the first 5 minutes of Twilight.
Yeah. Like when
So
she's practicing for the wedding, I'm like, Alice, I know you're trying to do good here. She ain't walking in those shoes, babe. But actually, she did okay.
yeah, and as soon as Alice walks away, what does she do? She takes the damn stilettos off and puts her sneakers on.
Yeah. Okay, next thing, moral conundrum. Edward tells Bella about his sordid past when he used to kill humans, but he only killed humans that were going to harm other humans or be a bad person. Do you think Edward was right for this or wrong for this? Discuss.
I If I fault Edward for doing that, then that means I can't fully support characters like Dexter Morgan or you know whatnot because
Walter
basically
White.
they do yeah Walter White does the same thing. I mean they're doing nefarious things under the guise
Vigilante
of
justice.
we're doing it for our family or we're doing it to avenge victims or whatever the case may be.
Or like
So
Santa Clarita Diet. She tried to only kill bad people. I'm glad that Edward feels bad about it and he wants to confess to Bella, but I think Edward's on the right track. If there's one thing this country could use right now, it's some behind the scenes of vigilante justice getting pieces of shit off our streets. So I'm Team Edward killing the bad guys on this.
I mean, I could further add description to that statement, but we
I
don't
don't want to
discuss
get
that
canceled.
topic on an evening at the movies, so I won't do it.
You know, you know,
But Guma,
the post I sent you
you
earlier
know what
kind
I'm
of.
thinking. You know what I'm thinking.
All right, I won't do it. You don't want me to do it. I won't do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like the post I sent you earlier. Now I got to find it to read it exactly right. Um, yes, this is a movie podcast, um, but it's going to get political because you can't enjoy your favorite movies if ICE murders you. Boom, mic drop. If ICE kills you for no fucking reason, then you can't listen to our podcast. So yeah, it's going to get a little fucking political. Anyway, now my ponytail's falling out. My
Okay,
messy bun got
that's
too messy.
more of a social issue than I just didn't want to bring up his name on an
Oh
evening
no,
at the
I'm with
movies.
you.
You know
Okay.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, but yeah, I mean, I admire the fact that he's willing to be open and 100% honest about his past. because if you're going to be in a lifetime commitment, but I mean, let's be honest, this is vampires we're talking about, so their lifetime is as what's her face saying at the end of the movie, I have died 1,000 years, blah 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 blah. So, 1,000 years is a long time to be keeping secrets from the person you love.
Right. No, I'm not mad at him for confessing. I just wonder, if people feel like his vigilante justice was justified. And I think, can we get a fucking Batman in real life? Like, not that I'm normally pro killing people, but at this point, some of these fuckers just got to go. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to address the creepy in the room?
Which creepy?
Newborn babies being imprinted on by adult werewolves.
Okay, well, we have to get through part 1 first, so we'll hurry through that.
Technically, that happened in part 1.
That's true, but at the end. Let's see. What did I want to point out? Jacob is so upset about them fucking. I thought that was hilarious. He was like, "Thought you were gonna have a real honeymoon." She's like, "It's gonna be as real as anyone else's." And then they get there, and Edward's all restrained and whatever, and they do the thing, and then the next morning, Bella's like all remembering it, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and she's just like, "No, Daddy, give it to me harder." This whole montage of like Bella begging Edward for sex is just hilarious to me.
I mean, there's aspects of the whole Jacob and Edward competition back and forth throughout all 5 movies.
Yeah.
Not as much in 5, obviously.
Yeah, not. I mean, they're married by then, but
yeah, it can be fun at times, but then there's also times where it's like it gets cringy. In my opinion, because it's like, seriously, guys, how petty are you both going to be?
Well, and the other thing is that technically Edward has, centuries of wisdom and should have the maturity over Jacob. But when you love someone, you can get real fucking petty. So can't be too mad at it. What I need an explanation for is how he had sperm. Like, that's the most, to me, the most, if maybe not the most, but definitely one of the most implausible parts of this whole story. He can't bleed. He's cold as ice. He's basically a block of ice. How in the fuck does he have sperm? And as a matter of fact, if he is, basically like we're going to compare him to a block of ice, is he always hard? How does he ejaculate if that's his body makeup? So Stephanie Meyer just really like glossed over that and just like, we want to, you got to take it for what it is and believe it kind of thing. It's like Santa Claus, who I believe in, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that not every aspect of these stories were 100% planned out according to Hoyle.
Just explain the vampire sperm. I need an explanation. I don't get it.
I'm not going to.
You to explain
it's not something I'm going to. Yeah, I was going to say it's not something I'm going to fault Stephanie Myers for, because she's not the only author in the world that leaves gigantic plot holes in her stories. Hell, Stephen King does it just about every fucking book that he writes.
I
Doesn't
mean,
mean
is
I
it
love
just,
his books any less.
again, because I'm not a big fantasy reader, is it just that you're reading fantasy and you just are expected to believe whatever the writer tells you? Like maybe that's just like you're not supposed to ask questions, probably. But I have questions.
I
Sorry.
I, I think, especially when it comes to fantasy readers, it's kind of sort of expected that they're just going to fall in line and just believe with what everything that they read on the page and call it good at the end of the day.
I mean, that's fair. I guess if that's the expectation going in, I understand that. I had never read books like this before. So I was kind of like, being my analytical self. I really want to know if these boy vampires walk around with a constant hard on. Like, I really need to know this. These are the questions that people want answered.
I It seems to me that would be kind of an uncomfortable situation to be in all day long.
Well, right, but their whole body is hard. And what makes the penis hard is blood flow. So if they don't have blood and their whole body is hard, the assumption would be their dick is constantly hard. And how can they have semen but no blood? These are the hard hitting questions. And I will not sleep until I have
Well,
the answers.
I'm I highly doubt that.
No, yeah,
And
I'll sleep fine tonight.
I mean, at the end of the day, too. I mean, um, when it comes to male anatomy, when the body gets cold, certain things tend to
Sure, in a human
draw.
body.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. So,
Okay,
oh, Jesus God,
fine.
we're
We'll just agree to believe it.
Anatomy
And it's
101
fine.
on
But
an evening at the movies.
he's not a human. His whole body is ice cold and rock solid. So I got to think his dick is ice cold and rock solid.
To me,
Anyway,
I can't necessarily speak to the female anatomy, but if you're going to stick something rock hard and cold in there, you might get freaking punched in the sack. Just saying.
mm, 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 mm. How can I phrase this? Ice is always a nice thing to play with. We'll just say that. Anyway, yeah, would I want an ice cold dick inside me? Probably not, but ice is fun and can do things. Anyway, we're not here for sex ed. If you want that, DM me and we can cover it on the SIP list, maybe, which is coming back soon. Okay. So sorry, we're hurrying. The next thing that really surprised me about this movie was Rosalie suddenly being Bella's BFF. But I don't know how Bella didn't see it. Like, Rosalie was basically her bouncer. And in the book, it's a lot more prevalent that Rosalie wants that baby for herself. In the movie, they make it look like she's protecting Bella, she's protecting the baby, but Rosalie ain't protecting Bella. She don't give a fuck about Bella. She wants Bella to die so she can have that baby.
Yeah.
She was a good bouncer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't recall there ever really being warm and friendly feelings between the two of them in the book.
Right. No. And but in this book they did. Like, Bella calls Rosalie for help and is like, I need you to help me save my baby. Like, so they have that in common, but I almost feel like Bella thinks Rosalie will just be the fun aunt. And I always got the impression that Rosalie was kind of hoping Bella would die and she could have the baby. But
Well, because evidently Emmett can't get it up.
Well, and that leads me to another question. Why can't vampires impregnate vampires? If vampires can impregnate humans, why can't they impregnate vampires?
Well, okay, because something obviously is going on because I don't remember if it was part one or part two. They addressed the when Rosalie and Emmett got together
Hmm.
and tied the freaking knot. They were like wild animals for like 5 years
Right.
after.
Like they can fuck. And clearly the guy vampires can, ejaculate. So, it just, even though it's Stephanie Meyer, just fucking figures it would be misogynistic that the guys can get off and the girls can't and probably have a frozen uterus that can't hold a baby. Fuck the patriarchy. Sorry.
I It is
Anyway,
what it is. But yes, to quote the Ross Geller, I believe the phrase you're looking for is anyway.
all right, well, let's get to the
Um,
imprinting, but again, another critical question. So Jacob goes in there intending to kill the baby. Rosalie's holding the baby. How fuck did Rosalie not smell him from 3 rooms away?
because
That baby
evidently
smell that fucking good?
werewolves evidently fucking reek like no other. Because it's even
Yeah.
addressed in part two when they're seeking out counsel from the other vampires, and they roll up at the, I believe it's Alaskan relatives
Yeah.
crib, and Edward gets out of the car and walks up to them, and they're like, "And what's with the wolf? I can smell him all the way in the car."
Yeah.
And they're nowhere near the damn car, and the windows are rolled up and the doors are shut. So
Yeah.
evidently,
She should
werewolves
have
stink.
smelled him. But alas, so
Well,
I
and
would say,
Rosalie's one of those people that if I don't necessarily recall if she ever fully gets on board with the whole relationship with Jacob and the pack, but
I think she does after she realizes the imprinting and what it means. And they fight each other for Renesmee's attention, but it's like in jest, like, I mean, because in part two, you don't really see her fighting him, but what you do see is both of them uh, protecting Renesmee from Bella, which I thought was interesting. Like, even Jacob is like,
yeah.
that's far enough. Don't get any closer, blah, blah, blah. So I think they bond with their love and protection of the baby.
Well, I get from a aunt uncle perspective, I can kind of sort of see that because I mean, as far as like Nash and Nico go,
Yeah,
I'd fucking kill to protect them in a heartbeat.
exactly. You do anything.
Exactly.
And from the
But
way
yeah,
they portray imprinting, it's literally like you would give your entire heart, soul, life, everything for this other being. So I know. So what I will say is, I really did not like the scene where they're trying to revive Bella and Edward's just like biting chunks out of her. First of all, I can't believe he bit his way through her abdomen to get to that baby. That was insane. But
yeah.
the scenes that I really did like were those kind of final scenes, like where Jacob imprints. I thought the way they portrayed that was very cool with him seeing the visions and all the back and this and that, whatever, and then him falling to his knees. Like, I don't think Taylor Lautner's a great actor, but I thought he looked very genuine and vulnerable in that moment when he kind of like just like fell to his knees and was like, holy shit. So I thought they did that very well. I don't know. What did you think?
So I think that was probably some of the best acting that he did in the entire series, in my opinion. Does that mean I'm still on board and support the concept of what was going on? Hell no, because at the end of the day, frick, it's it, it's gross and creeps me out to think that
But it's
a
not like
late
that. I agree with you, but it's not. You read the books, you understand that it's not like that, but they never portrayed it between an infant and a grown ass adult. So I get why it feels creepy. I just think you have to understand. And again, he says it's not like that. Do you think Edward would have let me live if it was?
well, yeah, and it's like the freaking at the end of part two when they're Edward and Jacob are standing there, and Jacob looks over at him out of the corner of his eye, and he's like, "So, do I call you Dad?" And he's like, "No."
No, no. But then he
It's like,
smiled. Like I
because
love Robert
she's
Pattinson in
still
that.
a damn little ass freaking child, and that he's a full ass fucking grown adult.
But
So creepy.
Ashley, that's her real name. Alice had already shown Edward the future at that point. And I think I gotta think that Jacob kind of knew that. Like he just got this vision of Renesmee and Jacob, as adults and like whatever. Because you gotta think, yeah, he's a lot older than her, but also she's gonna become fully grown at 7 years, according to the ones that came before her. So it's a long time, but it's not a long time, especially in mythical creature years. So I think Edward was able to say no, but then smile because he was reassured, according to Alice's vision, that that's already what was going to happen.
It still feels creepy to me. I don't
Okay,
care what
I
anybody
agree.
says.
I understand. I understand. And then, of course, the end of the movie, which we all kind of knew. I think if you read the books, this is where they would end it, is with Bella's transformation into becoming a vampire, and she opens her eyes and they're blood red. So great cliffhanger, rolling you
Yeah.
into Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Well, they had to find a good spot to cliffhanger it so it would make people want to come back in a year and watch the rest of the movie.
And it made the most sense because even in the book, it's like, her
Almost
eyes open.
exactly.
And
Well,
it's the exact same thing.
it's almost exactly halfway through the book too. So
Right. So you could have just cut the book off there and wrote a second book if you really wanted to. But
it is
so
what
I
it
will
is.
say, oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
It's wild that she wakes up with makeup on. I gotta say, like, because if it was natural vampire makeup, I would get it, but she doesn't have it through the whole movie. So it's like, did they put makeup on her? Because she
No,
did a
because
good glow up.
literally, like at the end of her pregnancy, into the delivery, and into her quote unquote death,
Yeah,
I've seen freaking zombies that look more attractive than she
yeah,
looked. I mean,
and that was the other good special
not
effects they
trying to
did.
make light of the condition, but she looked anorexic as fuck at the end of part one.
Yeah, and again, yeah, they did a good job. It's because she wasn't eating. She couldn't keep anything down. The baby was like growing and moving and whatever inside her, and she couldn't eat. And it's crazy.
Brandy says, I wonder how long wolves live because, God damn you, Brandy, is going to
So
live a
read
long
that.
time. Do they need to turn Jacob?
Brandy in the
I think
books and even in the movie, they explain that the wolves live as long as the vampires are around. So the more vampires there that are around, the longer the wolves live to protect their pack, their reservation, whatever. It's explained because yeah, that was a question I had too. But basically, as long as there are vampires around, the wolves are going to stick around, even the current wolves. I mean, I think werewolves by nature are immortal creatures until you kill them. But I could be
this is
wrong.
true.
I'm more
I
versed in
mean,
vampires than werewolves.
it's
So
not the only time that Stephanie Myers took creative liberties with supernatural being lore. So, you know,
See, we need Movie Miss or Luana up in here now. Their specialty is werewolves.
werewolves.
My specialty is vampires. But I know that it was explained in the books. Probably not as well in the movies, but because that was a huge question I had. I was like, Renesmee's going to outlive him, and then what? Like,
She can be imprinted on by the next werewolf.
I, I will say, out of all of the movies, the opening score of Breaking Dawn 2 is by far my favorite. It's a mashup from different scores from all the different movies, because all the movies share like some of the same score, but there's parts that are unique to each movie, and I love that they did this blend of all four movies in the intro to this movie. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's so good.
Well, and Brandy said, and I quote, "That's right." They kind of sort of similarly do something like that at the end of the movie with the closing credits as well, where
the end credits are my fave.
they basically give you every freaking character from the entire 5 movies and
I thought that was cool.
who play. I'm not saying. I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
something different. They don't do it. I can't think of another movie that they've done this in.
And
But they
that was
give
part of
you,
my notes, with the pages turning, introducing the 3 main characters. Like, ugh, so good.
it's been a few years since I read the books. Well,
Me too, Brandy. I think I'm due for a reread.
You're getting old, Brandy. So,
Oh, Brandy, comment if you got that special edition of Twilight that I sent you. It's so beautiful. So yeah.
So, all right.
All right. So Bella's extraordinary. We get this. She can control herself. She's so special. She can do all this stuff. And it takes a while for them to reveal to us her power, but it's pretty fucking cool, and it explains a lot.
Yeah.
Her being a shield, which is nothing we had heard of up until this book. So I liked that. It explains why Edward could never read her mind. It explains why Arrow couldn't read her mind. Like, I really enjoyed that part of the story. I don't know. What do you think?
Brandy agreed on the end credits too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah, no, I mean, finding out that that's her supernatural power definitely makes a lot more sense. I mean, you kind of sort of, if you know this type of story, you can kind of sort of imagine at the end of the day that
Brandy says, I
Brandy
did.
said
I
did,
need
and
it.
I need it.
I think she means I didn't, but I need it. I could be wrong. Yeah, for people who don't know, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the first Twilight book being released. And I wish I knew the distributor right now. But anyway, you could just search it up and you'd find it. It's a special 20th anniversary, and it has a case, and it's all floral and like beautiful, and the edges have like the pictures on it. Like, it's fucking gorgeous. So, did I need another copy of Twilight? No. Did I need this 20th anniversary beautiful book? Yes. And in fact, I'm going to grab it and show it to you while Casey talks. Talk, Casey, talk.
Oh, so yeah.
We were talking about shields.
So yeah, I will honestly say though, just right off the top of my head, that as much shit as I've talked about this franchise, It is definitely not as horrible as I remember it being, but I'll go into more detail when we get to that portion of the show. But there's, I mean, it is what it. But I was trying to find the publisher.
Well, so I'm going to hopefully get these people to sponsor us. But first, look at this beauty. This is just the case. Here is, you can see, oh, that's the outside. Never mind. Then you open it up and it's like this. And you can't, I think these are printed on, maybe. Oh, yeah. So here, let's see if you can see it. I don't know. You can't see it until you turn it sideways. But anyway, there's pictures on this. And it says, so I got it from Walmart.com when I did the pre-order, but it's not produced by Walmart.
No,
It is.
I was looking for the publisher and I found the books, but I wasn't going clicking on 18 different things to find the publisher.
So you can find it at lbyr.com or thetwilightsaga.com. And my hope is that they do this for the 20th of every book, because obviously this is a collector's item. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't match what I think the color scheme would be, but it's gorgeous. And it's so soft. And anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we'll find out over the next 3 more years, because I believe didn't all 4 of them come out like back to back to back to back?
Yeah. We can tag all these people on X and get them to sponsor us.
Right?
Okay, Casey. Question.
Okay, Amanda, answer.
Okay, so speeding through, Bella has the baby. She's growing at a rapid rate. This child is beautiful. That actress, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Irina sees them and thinks the child is no mortal child, which we've already explained, and goes to the Volturi. So what happens is, I promise there's a question coming. I'm trying to speed through this part. They decide they want to prove to the Volturi that Renesmee is not an immortal child. So the Cullens go around the world asking all their friends to be witnesses. So what we see is this influx of vampires into Forks coming to Cullen's house. And you really get to see all of these different people, where they come from, what their powers are, blah, blah, blah. So Casey, if you were a vampire and you could have one of these powers, which one would you want?
To be eternally cold and rock hard.
That's a given. If you want a vampy special power, you need to tell me what it is.
I think if I could have any of the vampiric powers, the one I would probably want the most would be Alice's vision for the future.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, it seems like if you're going to live forever,
you actually want to live forever?
Yeah.
Or be able to predict the stock market?
Well,
that's how they're rich.
I was going to say, wasn't that illustrated in the first movie, where that's basically how we got our fortune, was blah 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 blah. Which makes sense. I mean, if you've got the advantage, you may as well freaking take advantage of it. Biff did in Back to the Future Part 2. Exactly. But
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What would yours be?
So sorry. I like your thought. I'm on board with it. However, I have to say, and in the movie, you don't really get it. Edward barely touches on it, but in the books, you really get it. Alice's power makes her extremely desirable to the wrong people. The Volturi really want their fucking hands on Alice. And again, in the movie, Edward kind of says they want Alice, blah, blah, blah. In the book, you get a lot more of, we know they want Alice, and here's why. So, that being said, I want to have cool powers, but I don't want the bad guys trying to kidnap me and make me their slaves. So I think I like. Damn it! I was prepared to answer this question and then I forgot my answer. I think I would go with either Bella's being a shield, but that could also make you pretty desirable, or the Amazon girl that can like, what's the word I'm looking for? Immobilize you and change your sight. Because as a person who has raised a child and dealt with tantrums and whatever, my favorite thing would be able to go, stop, look around, collaborate, and listen. I had to. So, yeah. I think that would be a cool power to have. I also thought Benjamin's power was really cool, but to control the elements. So I don't know, but yeah, I think if I had to, I'd go with the Amazon ladies. And I can't remember her name. I apologize. Oh, Brandy says, can't remember. Did they ever say what Emmett's vampire power was? Not really. I gotta think it's super strength. Ooh, actually, maybe I want to change my answer to Jasper's power. To be able to like calm down any situation. I could turn this whole shit around in a week. Come to think of it, I don't think they've ever said what any of the other main characters' powers are. Carlisle, Esme, Rosalie, and Emmett, I don't think we know what their powers are, unless I'm wrong. I mean, Emmett, I think it's got to be super strength, but that's not really, I don't know. Interesting. Oh, you're muted, buddy. I mean, Edward can read minds. Alice can tell the future. I mean, Carlisle's a doctor and can save people and has super animal strength against eating humans, but I don't think they've ever told us what their powers are.
I think it was briefly brought up that Emmett's is his super strength in the first book.
I want to know what Esme's is.
I don't think Esme's is brought up. I'm pretty sure Rosalie's is never brought up.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you Carlisle's is never brought up.
I will say, in Eclipse, I fucking loved Rosalie's backstory of what happened to her, how she got attacked, how she took her vengeance. Like, oh, chef's kiss. Mwah, love it. I
mean, it would make sense as to why she turned into the jaded, 100-year-old vampire that she is.
Well, yeah, she's unhappy with her lot. Yes, Carlisle saved her from death, but he also saved her to be frozen in the place that she was. And she's got to remember this was in the 1920s. She was brought up to want children and babies and a family, and she still wants those things and she can never have them. So I don't blame her. Like, if you have that mindset, I could see what's the point of being alive if I can't grow and change. Yeah, so Brandy said Jasper. And yeah, I said that. I would like that. Yeah, that would be a good power to have to subdue people. But anyway, yeah, they're all so talented in their own ways. It's so crazy. And I really like that we get to see all the different things they can do. And then we get the whole bonfire scene where like the pack is talking about their history and they're comparing war stories and just like all this crap. And you got the two, Dracula 1 and Dracula 2, they're so funny. We do not care what you did, Carlisle. I love that guy. But then in the battle at the end, you also get that one Volturi guy that sees he's about to be killed, and he's just like, finally. So some of these vampires don't want to be like this. And none of them had a choice. Carlisle thought he was doing what was right because he realized he could make people immortal, but you don't have a choice. And I don't think I would want to live for eternity. I mean, because let's be real, like, full stop. I don't care how much you love someone, eternity would be too much. You would grow tired of them. Like, sorry. But I think Rosalie's problem is that she had no choice and she can't have the things she wants. So it's like, why am I stuck like this? I mean, what's my purpose in life? You know? Emmett's great, but
Well,
he's
I
not
think
enough.
that's part of what Edward's trying to convince Bella of when
Mm-hmm.
she's pushing him in Eclipse that we need to get married. I want to, so that way you can turn me and I
Yeah.
can be frozen in time and not have to age another day and blah 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 blah. He's like, you
Because
really
God
don't.
forbid I'm a day older than you.
Yeah, you really don't want this. This isn't all it's cracked up to be. And she keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing.
But then you see
So
that change in Edward in this movie again at the bonfire when he's like, Carlisle, I've never thanked you for this extraordinary life. So, but again, it's because Edward found the love of his life. But had he never, he would still be moping around like that mopey ass fake teenager he was at Forks High in
he's
part
her
one.
lobster,
Exactly.
not plobster, lobster.
Okay, so do we want to get to the fight? Is there anything else you want to say about the fight scene? I know we kind of covered it.
No, I as long as people understand that you definitely get something more visually appealing in the movie than what you
Oh, it's
get
gorgeous.
in the book. I mean, I just, I just cannot see how what she wrote on the page would have effectively worked on the
Yeah.
screen.
Well, I love that you got like that tidbit of camaraderie between the vampires and the werewolves because spoiler alert, Seth dies. I screamed. And so Leah's really upset. And
There's a lot
then
of people that died in the movie.
well, I know, but I'm trying to make a point. So
Okay.
Seth dies. Leah's really upset. Jasper dies. Alice is really upset. And oh, I can't remember which one is brought to which one. I want to say Alice brings Alice brings the vampire she killed or almost killed to Leah and lets Leah finish him off because that's the one who killed Seth. And I just thought that was awesome. Like, you know what? This is your kill. I'm going to let you have it. Like,
Yeah.
my favorite part of that scene is when they realize Bella's a shield. Her shield is working. It's protecting everyone. And
Alice.
Jane is like looking around from person to person to person, and she looks back at Bella, and Bella gives her that smirk. I hate Kristen Stewart. I think she's a terrible actress. I don't hate her as a person. I'm sorry, but she's not a good actress. But that look she gave her was everything. I cheered so hard. I was like, in your face, you cold bitch.
I could see you sitting in the movie theater and yelling that out loud.
Oh, everybody yelled at that part. Again, it was night one. It was the first screening. Everybody was excited. Yeah, everybody was like yelling at all the right parts during this scene.
So
Yeah, that look was just
nothing
like
had been properly spoiled yet.
right. And the buildup had been so, like we were ready. And so, and again, we're seeing shit that didn't happen in the book. So we're like, yes, queen, like go for it. And like, my only complaint about that is that I really wish they would have had Edward Bella wear the necklace from the Volturi because in the book she wears it. And I think that would have been just like the chef's kiss if we could have seen that around her neck. and then see her and Edward kill Arrow, like that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Michael Sheen, just amazing. He's so good as Arrow. His little laugh when Renesmee touches him, he's like, ah!
I mean, oh, that freaking laugh.
Yeah,
Jesus,
you know what I'm
God.
talking about. I can't do it right.
I mean, spoiler alert: Michael Sheen in a vampire movie may be coming up this summer on Summerween Part 2, but you'll have to
Fair,
tune in at a later date for
fair,
the final lineup on that. So,
fair.
ha 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 ha. So, I
And yeah, Alice comes in clutch and saves the day and brings a child, well, not a child, a grown person who is just like Renesmee and blah, blah, blah. All is well. Arrow's too scared and they leave. But,
they meet, they
again,
fall in
they're
love.
not
That's
going to
like
forget
that.
this. Yeah. Everybody kisses and makes up. And then Alice shows Edward the future. And then we're all happy. The ending scene I thought was really beautiful. Did you like it? Did you think it was too cheesy?
The
Bella introverting her gift, putting Edward inside the protective shield bubble so that he could finally read her mind. And so she shows him everything she's been thinking since she met him. Like, so you get a montage of
yeah.
all the movies.
So
I thought that was cool that she could reverse that power. Like, who would have known?
for me, that felt a little bit cheesy.
That's fair.
Not necessarily trying to come across as sounding like an ass, but I mean that definitely feels like a moment cinematically that um, the women are more gonna gravitate to, and oh, it is what, and I'm not faulting people for that. It just
I mean, I
it's just like,
cried.
okay,
Yeah.
the story's over. Let it be done. Roll the damn credits.
But it's also answering all the questions Edward's had since they first met. D- should I do this? Does she love me the way I love her? Is this what she wants? Is this the right thing? Like, she's answering all of the things he's ever doubted about himself and this relationship. It would be cool if they could do it reverse so that she could see the same thing, but whatever. I don't know. I thought it was beautiful and a good way to close out the movie. And then, of course, like we said, the ending credits are gorgeous. And,
Yeah.
1,000 Years is
Well,
the epic love song of this franchise.
yeah. I mean, I don't think I can't think of another song that I think would have fit the end of that movie as well as 1,000 Years.
Yeah. I walked down the aisle to that song in my wedding.
Oh Lord.
Fuck you.
Love you, Pops, for mean it.
It was the instrumental version, but whatever.
I think most of
I think Brandy was trying to say something and didn't fully finish it.
use your big
I
girl
don't
words.
know. I just thought it was sweet that she could ease because she knew all of Edward's fears. So I think it was nice that she could ease those fears and reassure him by reading her own thoughts that this is
That
what she's
everything
always
was going to
wanted.
be okay. Yeah.
Like, she was born to be a vampire, as she says.
I'm guessing. Okay, so I think most of the male species thinks the same thing about the flowery ending.
Fair.
Yeah, because
Did it
that's
happen in the
not
book too?
generally what the male species is looking for.
Will you please silence that?
Nope.
Okay. So we've gone on for a while and mostly me, so I apologize. Anything else you want to add before we do our top fives?
Um, I think we pretty well covered everything. Um,
I mean, we didn't, but we did our best.
for the most part. I mean, it's two movies, and we're rapidly approaching 90
Yeah,
minutes into the episode, and we haven't gotten to the top fives yet. So um,
exactly.
I'm calling an audible, and I say we just do our initially intended top fives, and I'm okay with leaving the other one out.
Okay, well, I didn't do a top five of the other one because you said just one, but can we agree? I think we're going to agree on the worst one. Worst quote from either of these movies? You want me to do it or should you?
Oh no, go ahead. It's your line, and I had it on my list.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? And her delivery is so terrible. Oh my god, there are so many cringy lines in both of these movies, and that one's straight from the book, by the way.
Yeah.
But Kristen's delivery is just like comical. Was that not your top one?
Um. No, that was my top one. My number two was actually from Eclipse, and it was the whole "I'm hotter than you."
Yeah. Oh, so there's actually one that he says in Breaking Dawn Part 1 that is a throwback to Twilight, which again is one of the worst quotes fucking ever. Hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, what did you come up with for a top five list, co-host?
I am picking my top 5 favorite songs from both movies. And one thing that should be said that we haven't said, the entire Twilight saga, especially as the movies progressed and got more money and got better artists, the soundtracks are fucking amazing. The score by Carter Burwell, the score is beautiful. Like everything about all the music in these movies is top notch. I don't care what you think about the rest of it. The music is fantastic. And because there were so many fans, introduced people to music they might not have heard otherwise and kind of brought indie artists into the,
Yeah.
conversation. So, honorable mention is From Now On, which is the song that's playing while Edward's trying to distract Bella so he doesn't have to fuck her. But that's a good one by the features. And then The Forgotten by Green Day, which is in the credits of part 2, but still a good song. My number 5 is Everything and Nothing by the Boom Circus. And that plays in part 2 when they all come in and Alice wishes Bella a happy birthday. And she's like, it's not my birthday and blah, blah, blah. But it's, she's a vampire. Part 4. Number 4 is Speak Up by Pop Etc. And that's at the end of the movie when they're all gathering and Alice shows Edward the vision of blah, blah, blah. That song is just beautiful. Number 3 is Heart of Stone by Aiko. It predominantly plays in the sex scene at the cottage, I think, but it pops up a little bit in a couple other scenes, but that's basically the gist of it. Number 2, going back to the Green Day thing, I don't know that it really counts, but I'm going to count it because I'm obsessed with the song, is It Will Rain by Bruno Mars, which played in the credits of part 1. So technically not in the movie, but gorgeous song. And then, of course, number 1 is 1,000 Years by Christina Perri. And I will say I enjoy the 1,000 Years, I think it's like part 2, the version that plays in this movie versus the original one. But both are great. And yeah, played it at my wedding and walked down the aisle to it. So there you go.
All right. That's actually a good list, and yeah, this the soundtrack to the franchise is something to write home about. It's pretty special. So,
So many good artists.
Let's see. The top five I'm going with is top five young couples from movies.
Okay.
I was gonna go teen couples, but then I thought, well, technically Edward's not a teen,
Well,
so
technically,
that
schmecknally.
that
I'm so,
negates the creepy.
I'm 17. How long have you been 17? A while.
Yeah. So I have three honorable mentions. One of which Amanda might have a shit fit over, but it is what it is. It's my list. Danny and Sandy from Greece.
I don't actually think they're a good couple, so I'm fine with that.
Oh, well. When you see the other five people on my list anyway,
Okay.
I don't think you would make that big of an argument.
They would never make my top 5. So,
Whatever. Honorable mention number 2, Torrance and Cliff from Bring It On.
nice.
Let's see.
It's already been brought in.
And the last honorable mention is Sam and Josie from Never Been Kissed.
Josie Grossy. That one's kind of creepy because she was not in high school, but he thought she was in high school. And that came out around a time when I was at a high school where a coach was sleeping with a student. So that felt a little icky to me, but I do love that movie. So whatever. We at an evening at the movies do not condone statutory rape.
No.
I don't know what the age of consent was in their state.
Technically, in the state of Washington, it does not matter anymore if you are a teacher, even if your student is over the age of 18. It is strongly illegal. Okay, so my number 5, from a little movie called Say Anything, Lloyd and Diane.
I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Number 4, Jamie and Landon from A Walk to Remember.
Oh, why are you trying to make me cry?
I'm not trying shit.
I am going to live, just not as long as you. Oh, wait, that's not A Walk to Remember. That's the other one that's just like that. Never mind.
Number 3, the only animated couple on my list, Ariel and Eric from The Little Mermaid.
Okay. I thought you were going with Up.
No.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen Up. Blasphemy.
Exactly. Number 2 is actually the reason why I kind of sort of brushed the teen aspect off of the thing for this one, because pretty much everybody else could be technically considered a teen. These two, not so much. Wesley and Buttercup from The Princess Bride.
Oh, Buttercup was definitely a teenager, my dude. She was probably like 16 when Humperdinck snatched her up.
Yeah, but
this was medieval times.
I don't necessarily think Wesley was, but I mean, if you want to suspend disbelief, he could have been.
Yeah. That girl was, even though the actress didn't look it, that girl was absolutely underage.
And
not to say she didn't look
the obvious choice. The obvious choice for number 1. No offense to the Cullens, but they will not be appearing anywhere on my top 5. But number 1 is a Capulet and a Montague. It is Romeo and Juliet.
Are you serious?
What?
I mean, they both killed themselves when they were like 14.
For each other.
I really thought you were going to say Harry and Sally. I was ready to like say it at the same time as you.
No.
All right then. My favorite couple is Jacob and Renesmee. It's not.
I believe the phrase KSTB is looking for is anyway. So yeah, this month was a lot of fun. We talked about some.
Oh, rankings,
Go ahead.
real quick. Rankings.
Oh yes. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm combining the two movies, and if I combine them, I'm giving them both a um 4 out of 5 gifted necklaces from the Volturi. I don't care what anyone says. I agree that the stories aren't plausible, but the cinematography is beautiful. The acting is subpar. I get it. But the music's great. And it's a guilty pleasure. I love it. And there you go. I don't care. 4 out of 5, my bitches or dudes.
So I think they're right, wrong, or indifferent. There's still issues with this movie.
Yeah.
It can be considered problematic. Still, it's not perfect. No, I mean, honest to God, what movie is other than Clue?
Fair.
Um, at the end of the day, it movie is not something I'm just gonna reach out and seek out to watch over and over again.
They're good background movies.
I mean, it's something that I, I could see watching again, maybe in a year or two. I mean, it's not horrible, and if I need something to watch, I could see myself putting it on, but not necessarily 100% paying attention to it. And but again, the way I felt about this movie coming in was I was perfectly prepared to totally shit all over it. I again, it's not my cup of tea, so don't
And
shoot the
that's fine.
messenger. But I'm gonna go uh, 3.5 confused vampires out of 5.
And I think that's fair if you're being objective. Like the way I do things, if I really love something, of course I'm slutty with my ratings, but if I don't love it, I try to be objective and think about here's the criteria for a good movie. So I think that's what you did, and I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna rip it apart because I don't agree with this or that or this or you know, if I'm judging the whole thing as a whole, like all 5 movies, I can almost guarantee you it's not going to get a 3.5.
Yeah, but again, you're
But
being objective.
but
So I think when they made the first movie, they didn't know how it was going to do. The first movie, you can tell, is very low budget, very like
yeah,
you know. But if you're
but
being objective, you're looking at how's the cinematography, how's the special effects, how's the editing, how's the acting subpar,
clearly,
how's
I
the
mean,
music. Like you're
these
fine.
last 2 movies had what 130 something, 140 something $1 million budgets. They both raked in over $700 million in box office. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
That's Marvel money, my dude.
yeah, I mean, there are very few movies that have approached the $1 billion box office numbers. Harry
The fan
Potter,
following for the
Twilight.
show is so hard.
I mean, the horny teenagers and horny housewives. Yeah.
No, Horny Housewives is 50 Shades of Grey, but
We'll do that too. But and 50 Shades of Grey did nowhere near the
oh
box office
God,
numbers that.
don't just yeah. And the 50
So-
Shades of Grey books aren't even that great, but the spicy parts are good enough to make up for the rest of it. Because the spicy parts are pretty good. Anyway.
Oh, hey, look at that. You asked and she gave some love. Lawana was watching and gave us a heart.
Oh, Luana, we got to send you the clip about our werewolf talk. I'll go back. I'll find it and send you a clip. We had questions about werewolves, and I wished you were here.
Yes.
All right.
So
outro.
This was okay. Now we get to the conclusion, and
Sorry.
we're going to wrap it up.
You know, this is like the second week in a row we forgot to do reviews.
I know, right? We're considering the fact that we're literally like what, a week away from the show turning 5 years old. You would think we'd be more professional at this shit by now.
We're slacking in our old age.
So again, this was a lot of fun. I loved our first month of the year of the theme. I look forward to more stuff coming up in the future.
I'm excited.
Next month is going to be an amazingly fun month because we are doing slept on 80s movies, which we will be talking about The Money Pit. We will be talking about Young Sherlock Holmes. We will be talking about Secret Admirer. And we are talking Ruthless People.
Ruthless People! Which sounds a lot like roller coaster. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and then in March, we will be talking up and coming females. And then April will be buddy cop movies. So stay tuned for those as well. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being here and listening. Brandy chimed in at the last minute with, yes, it's a good background movie.
She actually chimed it in like 5 minutes ago, but that's okay.
Hey, yes, I just saw it now, so
maybe I should be in charge because I see them before. Okay,
we just need a hand gesture for you to just like, and I'll be, oh, okay, I got a comment, and then pop it up. Yeah, exactly.
Somehow we decided we were going to end up with 5 choices for February, and that's not going to work because February barely has 4 weeks. We posted to the group another movie for Slept on 80s, right? Oh, no, that was for Vampire Month. Never mind. I am scatterbrained and ignoring.
Oh, because, well, I think.
Never mind.
What?
You guys, the brain has left the building. Like,
well, no, because there's 4 weeks in the month.
No, I know. I realized my mistake. I was thinking about the vampire movies thing. So you guys, we have to go, but I'm just going to tell you the perimenopause and the sleeplessness from the pinched nerve and just overall chaos of life is hitting me hard today. More than most days, because I know you guys know it hits me hard most days. Like you're always like, what the fuck is Amanda talking about? Yeah, when I went to go get my shot today, I was like checking the wrong boxes and giving her the wrong card and trying to pay when it wasn't time to pay. Like my brain is a mess today. So I apologize. What Casey said for February is set in stone. Come join us for it.
Yeah, and it needs to be set in stone at this point because 1, February is like a week away, and 2, our discussions about the schedule for February have been up, down, back and forth.
I know. That's why I can't remember shit. We talk about too much.
I've changed stuff. You've changed stuff, and
that's fair. To be fair, 80s slept on movies was a really hard. That was hard to narrow down to 4 movies.
Still so much that left on the table that isn't going to even get addressed. So
anyway,
but yeah. So microphone is yours. Co-host, take us home so I can go eat some dinner.
Okay. Yeah, I have to pee, and I should probably eat. Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. I appreciate you. We appreciate all of you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope you come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Piece of hair grease.
God damn it.
And both